Hello, good morning. All of you gone through the paragraphs the last day we discussed? Adventures in a Banyan Tree. We completed first, second and third paragraphs. You studied it well? Completed the works? All of you completed? It's okay. Then, who is the protagonist of the story? Yes, the boy is the protagonist of the story. Boy got a new friend. Who was his friend? The squirrel is his friend. I think all of you gone through the passages. Do you want to hear the rest? The next paragraphs? Yes, we can read it. We can start Adventures in a Banyan Tree, the fourth paragraph. All of you please open your textbook and take your notebook. Can we start? Please turn the page. We can start with the fourth paragraph. In the spring, when the banyan tree was full of small red figs, birds of all kinds would flock into its branches. The red-bottomed bulbul, cheerful and greedy, gossiping rosy pastures, and parrots and crows squabbling with each other all the time. During the fig season, the banyan tree was the noisiest place on the road. Understand anything? Just gone through the paragraph again. And what you want to write? The new words and difficult words. From where we get the meaning? By referring the dictionary. Just write down. Just first you read the paragraph. Write down the new words and difficult words and complete the meaning now. Okay. We can read it and discuss that again. In the spring season, when the banyan tree was full of small red figs, what is the speciality of the spring season? You know that? What is the speciality of the springtime? Springtime brings blooming flowers and it is the season of fresh buds bloom. And what about the trees? Trees begin to grow their leaves, plants and start to flowering. Okay, this is the speciality of the spring season. Which season do you like most? Write it in your notebook. Which is your favorite season and specialities of the season? Okay, we can read again. In the spring, the boy says, in the words of the boy, what is the speciality of the spring season? In the spring, when the banyan tree was full of small red figs, birds of all kinds would flock into the branches. The boy very beautifully describing the banyan tree. In the first paragraph, we studied what the banyan tree was a huge one and an old one. a gigantic one. Yes, could you remember? And now we can see the banyan tree was full of small red figs, filled with the red figs, red colored fig fruits. Are you familiar with the red fig fruits? Maybe no. Okay, I will show you the images. And birds of all kinds would flock into its branches. Flock into its branches. What is the meaning of flock? Flock is the group of birds. Flock is the group of birds. And do you familiar with such other words? Flock and bunch. What is bunch? Bunch of grapes. Heard that? Group of fruits and plant something else. Are you then giving me a work? Collect such words. Words like flock and bunch. Write it in your notebook. Collect such, make a collection of such type of words like flock and bunch. And the rest, the red-bottomed bulbul, cheerful and greedy, gossiping, rosy pastures, parrots and crows. We are familiar with the parrots and crows. And the boy gives us the beautiful images upon the banyan tree in the spring season. The banyan tree is fully filled with the squabbling, the chirping of the birds. Different kinds of birds are there. What are the birds the boy described? The red bulbul, rosy pastures, then parrots, crows. Different kinds of birds are there. And beautiful red figs upon the banyan tree. And the boy says the birds are gossiping, squabbling, making murmuring, and they are very cheerful. The boy is beautifully described the activities of the birds. The author beautifully describes the attitude of the banyan tree, the attitude of the boy here. And the banyan tree is very gigantic one that we told, and the author beautifully described it about the banyan tree. In your memory, do you see such trees? Not only the banyan tree, any other trees? I have such an experience. When I was studied in my LP and UP classes, I was studying in a government school at Edavanapara. In front of our school, there was a huge and an old mango tree. And the same season started with, I think, the beginning of the June or the end of our exam season, that was fully filled with mangoes. And what happened when the interval starts or the bell rang? The students rushed out and start to pick up it, then tried to catch it. And actually the mango tree, that was I sharing my experience. The mango tree was fully filled with the mangoes and different kinds of birds. We can hear the sound, the chirping of the birds. Maybe such experiences you have. Remember that? We have such beautiful experience. Sure, we have such beautiful experiences in our life. If have, write down in your notebook. If you have such experiences, you can take any trees and write it in your notebook. Okay. Okay, we can read the rest. Squabbling with each other all the time. During the fig season, the banyan tree was the noisiest place on the road. No need of much description. Everything is cleared. During the fig season, we described everything. The banyan tree was the noisiest place on the road. Why the road became the noisiest place? We described many kinds and varieties of birds was there. They are making chirping, squabbling and each other, and you find out the correct meaning of the squabbling. Squabbling is a new word. Write down in your notebook and find out the meaning. Okay. Now you gone through the got the meaning now? Yes. Gone through the paragraph again and read it again. Have any doubt? You can ask me. Are you familiar with the red figs, bulbul bird and the rosy pastures? Maybe no. Okay, we can see the clippings. It is a fig fruit. In the clippings we can see in the fig fruits and bulbul bird, red bottomed bulbul bird on the fig trees. Many birds we can see and rosy pastures. The bird rosy pasture. Actually we are not familiar with these kinds of birds. Seen this? How is the fig? Red fig? Very beautiful one. Yeah. Understand the para? Okay, we can read the next paragraph. Just look at your textbook. Halfway up the tree, I had built a small platform on which I would often spend the afternoon when it wasn't too hot. I could read there, propping myself against the ball of the tree with cushions taken from the drawing room. Treasure Island, Huckleberry Finn, the Mowgli stories and the novels of Edgar Rice Burroughs and Louisa May Alcott made up my bag of very mixed reading. What about the paragraph says? How the boy spent his afternoons. He spent very well. Just read it. You can easily understand this para. Not much difficult words in it. Only some names of books are there. You just gone through it. Read it. Okay, we can discuss. Halfway up the tree, I had built a small platform on which I would often spend the afternoons. I would spend my afternoons when it wasn't too hot. I could read there. I could read there. And propping myself up against the bole of the tree, the big branches of the tree, I made a platform. I made a seat there. And to make the branch a smoother one, I took a cushion from my drawing room. From the inside of my drawing room, I take a cushion, make my seat, make my platform a smooth one. There I spend the hot afternoons. And what did I do there? What did I do there? Just sat there and lay down and sleep there? No. I read many books. Treasure Island, it's a novel. Huckleberry Finn, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. The Mowgli stories, everyone is familiar with the characters Mowgli. The film released on years back, the Jungle Book, we can see such a character Mowgli. Yes, all of you familiar with such a beautiful stories and characters, how the story was very, very interesting. And novels of Edgar Rice Burroughs and Louisa. And my bag, the boys say my bag was mixed up reading. My bag filled with different kinds of novels. Different kinds of novels I read and I completed much of it. Very beautifully, very intellectually, the boy spent the beautiful afternoons. For to make his afternoons a smoother one, he took what? A cushion from his drawing room, and upon the tree, half of the tree, he made a platform and make a cushion there and make the seat a smoother one, sat there, take much of books and gone there and read it, and he spent the afternoon very smoothly. Was a clever boy actually he is. Did he spend going somewhere else and eating something like that? No. By reading books, he spent his afternoon. I think all of you spent maybe like this, especially in the lockdown period. That was a beautiful period to energize ourselves. How much time? Yes. Okay, then how did you spend your, not afternoons, how did you spend your leisure time? You can write. You can write it in your notebook. How do you spend your leisure time? Just go through the paragraph again. It is a simple one. I think you can understand it. Yes. Okay. Now I will give you some questions. You can write it, and don't forget to write down the word meanings, new words and its meanings. In the board I write it now the questions. You just copy down the question and complete the question and answers. And for tomorrow, you just read, after completing the work, you just read the remaining 2 or 3 paragraphs. Okay, now I write it here, copy down it. Okay. Okay, on the board I wrote 4 questions. Just copy down it, take your notebook. I will read the first one. Can you collect such words which shows different groups like flock and bunch? We discussed what is a flock and what is a bunch. Could you remember? Yes. The second question, how was the banyan tree in the fig season? The boy beautifully narrated was the banyan tree. The third question, do you have such experience like the boy? Do you have such experience like the boy? Make a short note about it. The last one, write down new words and its meanings. Write down the new words and its meanings. Complete it today. Okay, today itself You write down and complete the answers and be ready for tomorrow's. Okay.